Welcome to Lunch Break Wednesday because 2 hours ago we didn't have audio and we didn't realize it.
It's never
So,
too late, right?
welcome to Lunch Break Wednesday. Just
I'm gonna
wanted to
just
come to you. We actually had a topic for discussion that we were going to talk about a new feature.
we'll try to
Uh,
talk about that next week.
yeah, we'll try to get to that next week. Thing is, something more pressing has come up, so we wanted to bring that up. And so, really, this has been an issue probably for the last couple of years, but really have seen it in um, high swing just in
Yeah,
the
it's
last
really just
month.
amped up.
And so we've had a few stores that have been scammed over the last few months. And so we wanted to bring that to your attention. A lot of it has to do with credit card processing. So people will come into your store and say, "Hey, we're with your merchant processor. Your equipment's out of date, so we need to get it updated. Get your equipment updated." So they act like they're your credit card processor. So whether we're your processor or someone else is your processor, they really come in and act as if they're your processor, and then they try to get you to buy their equipment and sign a lease, things like that. We've
And
had
the problem with buying that hardware is they're typically, what do you pay for a EMV unit here?
So if you got an EMV unit from us, if you're with us and or you process your cards through Bookstore Manager, an EMV unit costs $369.
And so if you're getting this lease, they'll come in and they'll try to get you to lease the equipment. They just want to get your processing, but really where they're making their money is on that hardware. So they'll lease that unit, and you'll end up paying $1,600 for that unit that you can just and that's why we don't lease. We just sell them
Yeah,
outright.
we don't lease. So if you want to buy a unit, it's $369. We also only work with the PAX S300. So if they're telling you that that equipment will be compatible, it won't be. If it's not an S300, it won't be compatible. The other thing is,
You'll lose that integration.
yeah, and if you are with us, NPC, Vantif, if you're with us, um, then they actually waive the EMV fees, so you're not paying an extra fee throughout the month, each month, and so that gets waived with us. So that's one thing. And also I want to say this is not a hey get Bookstore Manager for your merchant processing call. This is don't get scammed. So just even if you're not with us for your processing, you need to think about those questions. You need to John, you brought up some earlier in the earlier
Yeah,
one about
yeah.
passwords.
So outside of the credit cards, just in general, just don't get scammed. A telltale sign of it being a scam is bad grammar. So if you're getting an email and you can just see clear grammar errors, I think that's a big sign. But if it says change your password, your password's been compromised, please change it here. Instead of going in that email, if it's PayPal, for example, go to PayPal and on PayPal, change your password.
Yeah, and
Then
if you
it's legit.
Yeah, and if you have any concerns, it doesn't hurt to change your password often. So even if you get one of those scammy looking emails for PayPal, as the example, go change your PayPal, but go to their website, change it. It won't hurt it to change it more frequently. It's actually safer to do that. So do that. The other thing is with our processing, ever since we had Interchange Plus, it's a super competitive rate. Really, there's not a way for a processor to come in and beat our rates typically. We've not seen it. Um, with our processing, it's 0.25% and 8 cents per transaction. So an example with the Interchange Plus on a debit card, typically that's 1% goes back to the payment processing. It goes to the acquiring bank. So no matter what, whoever you're with, you're paying 1% to them. So with Bookstore Manager, we just add a 0.25% onto that. And so that's why it's so low. So, but let's say you think it might be, or maybe you just want to get them out the door and be like, "Hey, that's great. Can you give me your rates on paper? Can you give me those rates on paper?" If they'll give you those rates on paper, you can send that to us. We will do a review of it. We'll either match it, beat it, or it won't be as good of a deal and it won't matter. So, but that's a part of your program with us being your merchant processor. Again, this is not a push for Bookstore Manager processing. This is be on the guard. because people are
Mm-hmm.
coming in acting like they're us or NPC and saying, "Hey, we're with NPC. We're just trying to get your equipment upgraded. It's not compatible anymore. It's out of date." They're getting really smart on how they do that.
Don't sign the dotted line until you at least talk to your processor directly or us. And if you think you have if somebody's trying to sell you a better rate, because they're good guys. They're not all credit card processors aren't bad, but if you get a rate that or if you just want us to look at it and just tell us if we think it's a good deal, we have a merchant processing team that's what they'll do. I mean, even if you're not going to go with us, just send us their statement or whatever, and we'll be glad to look at that for you,
Yeah.
even if you're not going with us. We just as a courtesy to you.
Yeah, we just want you to be careful. The scams are at an all time high. They'll do anything, say anything. They will tell you that yeah, it'll integrate with your software. It typically will not integrate with your software.
I
So
think the last one said, "Oh, you can get the PAX 9000 or whatever it is, like latest and greatest." So, but it doesn't integrate, and so you've lost the integration.
yeah, and I'll also say the PAX S300 is a PCI compliant device.
Mm-hmm.
It does e-signature, so they can sign it right there on the device. It will do everything right there. What's the other thing?
Apple Pay, Samsung
yeah.
Pay,
It'll do all the Apple Pay,
Google Pay,
Apple Pay,
everything.
pay with your phone, pay with your watch. It fully supports all of that. So that it is hardware that does
Oh,
work.
tap.
Yeah, tap to
Tap
pay.
the card.
So all that does work with that S300. Our biggest thing is just be careful. People are out to try to get your processing, um, and it's typically they're trying to make money on that hardware. So again, we won't ever do leases on that credit card equipment.
But once you sign the contract, unfortunately, there's really no way out. We've had a customer even talk to a lawyer, and there's really no way out of it. So we just want to put that out in front of you, and we just don't want you to, get taken advantage of. So
And one more thing, if you're on version 9 or you're thinking about going to version 9, that will require you to make sure that you do have a PAX unit. So if you don't have a PAX unit, you will have to buy a PAX unit. But again, we just sell those outright. They're $369. You buy it, and then you're good to go. So really, we didn't have a lot for you today. We just what we did, but we changed it to this, and so that's the biggest thing we want to push. Remember, if you do have any prayer requests, we want to lift you up. Remember, pray for Bookstore Manager, pray for the Christian industry. Also, pray for other stores, pray for other retailers. They're in this with you. We're all in this together. Ultimately, our goal is to bring people to Jesus Christ. And so, with that goal in mind, pray that people are going to be coming in your door. Yes, we want you to make money and all of that, and all that's great. But ultimately, our goal is to bring people to Christ. And so we want to be together on that mission. So we're praying for people to be coming into your stores. You also be praying for people to come in your stores and also other Christian stores, because ultimately we want Christ to be shared. Man, we are so thankful to be a part of your ministry.
Yes.
And also being ahead for your business. We are constantly researching hardware, software, options, way to integrate with other equipment,
making changes,
and so
changes every week.
yeah. So we do a lot of R&D for that research and development, because we want to bring you the latest and greatest, and allow you to do what you want to do in your store, how you want to do it. And so whether that's working with a tablet, working with a computer, whatever that is, we want to help you with that. But again, just be in prayer for this whole industry, for people to be coming into the stores to get the good news, because it is great news.
I think that's really all we have.
Yeah, that's all we have. So
love you guys.
yep, share those requests with us if you
Have
them.
a blessed day.
Yes, and thank you for tuning in to Wake Up Lunch Edition.
Lunch edition.
Bye.
Bye.